Welcome back to the Blueprints for Better Benefits series. I'm your host, Rodney Matos Jr., and today we're introducing one of Triforta's most innovative solutions, the GuidedEdge, also known as the Goldilocks option. If fully insured feels too rigid and expensive, but pure self-funding feels too risky, you are not alone. GuidedEdge sits perfectly in the middle, not too hot, not too cold, just right. It's our proprietary alternative funding methodology, reducing implementation from 8 to 10 weeks down to just 3 to 4. GuidedEdge blends predictability and flexibility, giving you transparency, control, and the potential for underwriting surplus flowing back to your plan. In this episode, we unpack how it works, the shared risk layer, the secondary payer strategy, the bell curve of utilization, the reclaimed savings from low-cost claims, and the real-world results seen across dozens of industries. Guiding us is Triforta's founder and CEO, Rodney Matos Sr. This is the GuidedEdge, the Goldilocks option. Let's get into it.
All right, let's move into one of Triforta's most innovative solutions, GuidedEdge. GuidedEdge is what we call the Goldilocks option. It's our proprietary alternative funding methodology that bridges the gap between high-cost fully insured plans and high-risk self-funded arrangements. Imagine your benefits strategy as a balancing act. On one side, fully insured plans look safe, but they're inflexible and expensive, offering little control and no transparency. On the other side, pure self-funding offers flexibility, potential savings, but you might be concerned about the risk of catastrophic claims or getting familiar with stop-loss insurance, which keeps many employers up at night. So GuidedEdge sits right in the middle, hence the Goldilocks nickname. It's not too hot, not too cold, just right. So here's how it works. GuidedEdge blends the predictability of fully insured with the customization of self-funding. It leverages advanced stop-loss strategies to shield your plan from catastrophic claims while giving you the tools to manage routine claims efficiently. It's powered by data-driven insights, so you're never flying blind. With GuidedEdge, Triforta's team of actuaries, analysts, and benefit strategists put their decades of experience to work for you. We build a tailored funding model that aligns with your workforce, your risk appetite, and your financial goals. So what does that mean for you? We lower costs, provide greater transparency, and smarter risk management, a benefits plan that's truly yours. At Triforta, we're not interested in cookie-cutter solutions. We're in the business of building cost-customized, intelligent insurance strategies solutions that work in the real world. So in this next segment, we're going to show you exactly how GuidedEdge has transformed benefit strategies for many employers like you, and how we can do the same for your organization. So you just saw how a member-owned captive can unlock deep, long-term savings, and there's no denying that it's super effective. But let's be honest, it also requires about an 8 to 10 week runway to implement, plus a fair amount of governance lift. And that's a substantial time commitment, one that not every employer has the luxury of undertaking, especially if they're looking to save money immediately. And this is exactly why we developed the GuidedEdge. It's designed to collapse that implementation timeline to just 3 to 4 weeks, while capturing a portion of the same savings mechanics that make a member-owned captive so powerful. So let's unpack why GuidedEdge is the fastest on-ramp to self-funding discipline without any turbulence. So at its core, GuidedEdge is built around a shared risk layer, an innovative approach that sits between the predictability of fully insured and the volatility of pure self-funded. This means employers gain the flexibility and control they crave while still enjoying a stable safety net that protects them from catastrophic claims. It's like bridging the gap between the no claims data world of fully insured and the claims data world of self-insured plans. Virtually every advisor out there still defaults to fully insured or self-insured strategies, but GuidedEdge offers a rarely used alternative risk plan that brings the best of both worlds. It gives our clients a piece of the action, sharing in underwriting profit above and beyond additional savings. It provides plan flexibility, allowing employers to adjust, pivot, and grow with confidence. And it's lightning fast. Most programs can be stood up in 3 to 4 weeks, empowering employers to act decisively in a volatile market. It's time to give your organization a smarter option, one that's easy to implement, easy to understand, that delivers savings without the red tape. Triforta's Guided Edge isn't just an insurance product, it's a strategy, a partnership, and a game changer. In the following slides, we'll show you exactly how this methodology transforms plans into high-performing engines of savings and control. So let's take a moment to spotlight the real-world impact of Guided Edge, the results that underscore why this strategy is such a game changer for employers. So take a look at these stats. Currently, we have 148 Guided Edge clients, including public school districts and large physician groups. That's important. These clients span industries and sizes, proving Guided Edge scalability and adaptability across diverse sectors. Guided Edge paid $10 million in claims in 2024. This shows the program isn't just concept. It's a working, living, breathing solution that delivers real benefits to employers and their people. And here's the headline. Underwriting profit or additional savings exceeded $4 million at the end of 2024. That's expected claims less actual claims. Money that didn't just disappear into someone else's pockets, but came back to employers. It's tangible proof that Guided Edge empowers clients to share in the upside and reap the rewards of smart risk management. Now here's the kicker. Less than 8% of U.S. employers are currently tapping into this strategy. Think about that. Your competitive edge is hiding in plain sight. Guided Edge bridges the gap between fully insured and self-funded, capturing savings, flexibility, and stability that too many employers leave on the table. At Triforta, we're committed to demystifying this strategy and showing you how to leverage it for your organization. The path to real savings isn't just theoretical. It's been proven in schools, hospitals, and dozens of other industries. So let's move forward and we'll show you how Guided Edge can deliver results for your workforce too. So let's talk about fit first and foremost. Every strategy, no matter how innovative, works best when it's deployed in the right environment. And that's exactly what we're highlighting here. Think of this slide as a snapshot of the ideal Guided Edge employer, the employers who stand to gain the most from this strategy, and those that desire to offer quality benefits programs. These are the employers who genuinely care about their people, who know that a healthy, happy workforce is a competitive advantage. Employers who are poised for impact. They're ready to move fast, to innovate, to challenge the status quo. If your current benefit strategy isn't delivering, Guided Edge is your fast track to change. Employers that want access to claims data. As we talked about quite a bit, claims data is the fuel that powers smart decision making. And if you're hungry for transparency, Guided Edge is designed for you. If you have at least 20 employees enrolled in your current health plan, this threshold ensures the economics work in your favor, giving you enough scale to capitalize on the advantages Guided Edge brings. Groups facing abnormal rate increases or struggling with rising costs, if you're staring down double-digit renewals, Guided Edge helps you fight back with data and strategy. Executives who are ready to rethink risk and reclaim margin. It's about control, taking back your budget and turning healthcare from a cost center into a competitive edge. We've also identified that large physician groups, those with 15 or more doctors, PC entity, C Corp tax status, for medical practices looking to protect profits and optimize their plan design, Guided Edge is a strategic advantage. So if you're nodding at least two of these bullets, Guided Edge is in your strike zone. This isn't just theory. It's a proven strategy designed by Triforta's team of actuaries, analysts, and benefit strategists who spent decades navigating the complexities of America's healthcare system. In the next segment, we're going to walk you through exactly how we activate Guided Edge for employers just like you, and why it's delivering results that matter. So let's continue, shall we? So let's zoom out for a moment and take a look at the entire funding spectrum, because truly understanding where Guided Edge fits starts with understanding the broader landscape of funding strategies available to employers. At one end of the spectrum, as we know, we have the fully insured plans, the most traditional model. Employers pay a fixed premium to the insurer who takes on all the risk. It's predictable, but it's also very inflexible. Everything is standardized, plans, benefits, pricing, and it's governed by a tangle of state and federal laws. It's easy, but you have zero control over claims data and almost no transparency. At the opposite end of the spectrum, we have self-funded plans. Here, employers take on variable costs of claims plus fixed costs for administration and stop-loss coverage. This model, it unlocks flexibility, transparency, and a high degree of plan customization. It's governed by federal law under ERISA, which generally means fewer regulatory hurdles and the greater design freedom, but it also means a little more exposure to risk. In between, you'll find level-funded and captive arrangement strategies that blend elements of both. They provide a middle where employers can begin to take control of their plan without bearing all the risk on day one. Now, here's where GuidedEdge shines. GuidedEdge lives here, right between level funded and captive. It captures the predictability of level funded arrangements with fixed caps on your liability, but also brings in the upside participation you'd expect from a captive model, like sharing in underwriting profits and reclaiming savings from better than expected claims performance. It's a sweet spot, one that balances financial security with plan flexibility and upside potential. And let's not forget, plans here are typically governed by ERISA. That's a huge plus. Flexible plan designs and benefits, less regulatory friction than state-regulated fully insured plans, more transparency and control over your claims data. In other words, GuidedEdge bridges the gap, giving employers the confidence to step out of the fully insured hamster wheel and start building a benefit strategy that's truly their own. So let's move forward and show you how to build a GuidedEdge program that works for you. So let's begin by looking at the big picture, your total population. Imagine every one of these figures on the screen represents an individual covered under your health plan. It includes the employees, their spouses, and their dependents. This is your entire universe of covered lives. At Triforta, we've learned that many employers tend to think of their healthcare spend as if everyone on this screen uses the plan equally. Every employee using every benefit, every doctor visit, every prescription, like they're all active participants all the time. But here's the reality. That's simply not the case. This total population is the foundation of your plan, but in practice, only a small portion of these individuals are actually driving the vast majority of your healthcare costs. Most people interact with their health plan occasionally for annual checkups, maybe a couple of urgent care visits, or a prescription refill here and there. What's more, a significant portion of your population might not even use their plan at all in a given year. And yet, under a fully insured plan, you pay premiums as if everyone uses the plan equally. So this is the core disconnect between what employers pay and what employees actually use. And it's why understanding utilization patterns is absolutely critical for making smart decisions about your health plan design and funding strategies. So as we move forward to the next slide, remember this total population holds the key to unlocking smarter insurance. The real opportunity emerges when you understand how your employees actually use the plan and how little most actually spend. Next, we'll break down your population to reveal real utilization patterns. This is where opportunity to optimize and save truly begins. So at Triforta, we call this intelligent insurance. It's about using data, technology, and hard-earned expertise to turn these insights into action. Smarter benefits at lower costs. So let's dive deeper into the details and show you exactly how utilization shapes the financial reality of your health plan. So in this visual, nationally, 75% of members spend less than $1,000 a year on healthcare. So think about what that means. We're paying Cadillac premiums to insure Corolla-level claims. So at Triforta, we don't just accept that status quo, we challenge it. And that's exactly what GuidedEdge was built to do. GuidedEdge is about monetizing that bell curve, taking the money that would have otherwise get siphoned off in a fully insured plans and putting it back into your budget. So let me give you a few analogies to make this real. For mining clients, it's like overhauling an entire haul truck fleet because one truck needed a new tire. You'd never do that. You'd fix what's broken, not rebuild the whole mine. So for tech clients, imagine paying for a dedicated high-performance server for every single developer, even the ones who only need a Chromebook. Total waste, right? For health system clients, it's like booking every outpatient visit at the highest level of acuity. That's not how smart health systems operate. So, what you do is you match resources with actual needs, and GuidedEdge applies that same discipline to health benefits. It carves out dollars spent on routine low-cost claims, those some $1,000 members, and redirects the savings back to you. It means your premiums match your actual claims, not some bloated estimate from a fully insured carrier. And this isn't theory. It's a proven strategy that's already saving millions for employers who understand that the game is rigged and are ready to fix it. So let's continue and show you exactly how GuidedEdge turns this insight into real-world savings and control. So let's flip the script and talk about the other end of the claims cost spectrum. Those high-cost claimants. Nationally, about 7% of members spend more than $5,000 per year on healthcare. That's right, only 7% of your population is really driving a disproportionate share of your claim spend. Every population, whether it's a mining workforce, a tech company, or a health system, this 7% group represents the high-risk, high-cost cases, which is catastrophic claims, chronic conditions, and complex procedures that can blow up a benefits budget in an instant. At Triforta, we believe in facing these realities head-on. GuidedEdge is designed to help you manage these high-cost members strategically. So we use predictive modeling to identify and proactively manage potential high-cost claimants, getting them the right care at the right time to mitigate runaway cost. We leverage advanced stop-loss strategies to protect your plan's financial health. And we negotiate smartly with providers, networks, and partners to control the unit cost of care. This is where the power of alternative funding shines. In a fully insured plan, the carrier takes on this risk and you pay for it, regardless of whether you actually experience those claims. But with GuidedEdge, you're in control. You pay only for the claims that actually occur, and no more and no less. You share in the upside when your claims come in under budget. So as you see, these high-cost claimants are a small piece of the population, but they can make or break your healthcare budget. GuidedEdge gives you the tools, insights, and risk management solutions to tackle them head-on and turn unpredictable costs into predictable, sustainable strategies. So let's continue and show you exactly how to build a benefit strategy that is ready for this challenge. But first, now that we've shared the insights about how little most employees actually use their health plan, it's fair to ask, how do we even know this? So at Triforta, we never rely on anecdotal data or guesswork. We ground our solutions in hard evidence, data from across the industry that spans multiple sources, giving us a comprehensive and credible picture of real-world utilization. So let's unpack what's behind these insights. First, we analyze data from third-party administrators and the pools, which encompass tens of thousands of claims from diverse employers across the country. This isn't cherry-picked data. It's a vast pool that helps us identify consistent utilization patterns across the industries. Second, we draw from carrier data claims directly from the insurance carriers themselves. This data provides a clear view into actual claims activity, giving us the ability to validate what's happening within different plan structures and funding models. And third, we incorporate insights from national claims data pools like Blue Cross, Blue Shield National, and Kaiser. These data sets represent some of the most comprehensive snapshots of healthcare utilization across the U.S. and serve as a powerful benchmark for comparing your plan's performance to national trends. This multi-layered approach, accessing TPA pools, carrier claims data, and national data sets ensures that our recommendations aren't based on a single perspective. Instead, they're built on a robust foundation of real-world data that confirms what we've learned. Most people cost very little. At Triforta, we call this our data-driven DNA. We combine these insights with deep expertise to build solutions like the GuidedEdge that transform your health plan from a budget buster into a strategic advantage. So now that we've shown you how we know by tapping into extensive TPA pools, carrier claims data, and national databases, let's bring that data to life. So here's a real picture of how employees actually use their health plan drawn from tens of thousands of claims across the entire country. So take a look at this chart. As you'll see on the far left, 31% of members didn't spend a single dollar on healthcare in a given year. 0. Another 39% spent between $1 and $500. Combined, that means roughly 70% of the members spent less than $500 a year on healthcare. When we expand that to 1,000, nearly 75% of the entire population is spending less than 1,000 annually. So when we gave you those figures previously, 1,000 spending, or 79% of the population spends less than 1,000, this puts it into perspective to show you even how that breaks out into smaller amounts for the population within that 79%. That's right. So basically, nearly 8 out of 10 people cost very little. Yet under traditional fully insured models, you pay the premium as if every single one of these people is driving high claims. And that's the fundamental disconnect and the hidden opportunity inside your healthcare budget. At Triforta, we call this the bell curve of opportunity. Instead of accepting bloated premiums, we build programs like GuidedEdge that capitalize on this reality. We monetize that bell curve and put the savings back in your budget right where it belongs. This isn't just theory. It's a proven data-driven reality that's already delivering significant savings to employers who refuse to settle for the status quo.
This segment is brought to you by the people and platforms that make this show possible. First, Triforta. If you're an employer who's tired of runaway renewals, bloated, fully insured plans, and the feeling that your benefit strategy is working against you instead of for you, then hear us clearly. You do not have to play that game anymore. Help business owners fix broken health insurance. We bring cost containment strategies, self-funded captives, data intelligence, and real-world case studies that routinely save employers 6 and 7 figures without cutting benefits. If you want a benefits plan that actually rewards results, visit Triforta.com and download our blueprints for better benefits. And second, Aperionics. If you run an insurance agency and you're still drowning in manual quoting, data entry, or commission reconciliation, you're leaving more than time on the table. You're leaving money. Aperionics is the automation layer built by insurance people for insurance people. AI quoting for carriers that don't have APIs. Instant policy data extraction, commission statement automation, proposal generation in seconds, not hours. Aperionics reduces operating costs and gives teams their time back so they can work at the top of their license. Learn more at aperionics.com. That's APEIRONIX.com. Triforta and Aperionics, 2 companies, 1 united mission. Fix what's broken, elevate what's possible, and help real people thrive. Now let's get back to the show.
So let's talk about how we actually structure a GuidedEdge plan. And we're going to show you here how the sausage is made and why it's a game changer compared to traditional PPO approach. So here's a classic side-by-side comparison that we use when we present to employers after we finish doing a complete marketing analysis. And this is showing a United Healthcare PPO alongside GuidedEdge paired with UHC's high deductible plan. So UHC plan is your typical high deductible health plan. Members pay a little more out of pocket and employees pay hefty premiums. With GuidedEdge, we flip that script, right? So here's the core idea. We're essentially self-funding the deductible layer of the high deductible plan by creating a secondary payer plan. That's the GuidedEdge layer. This means employees enjoy rich benefits with lower out-of-pocket costs. Now employers can build a smarter, more transparent, and more cost-effective plan design. And here's the beauty. There's no network disruption. GuidedEdge works seamlessly alongside every existing PPO network. You'll notice the services highlighted in blue on the slide in the far right-hand column. These are the services that engage the GuidedEdge secondary payer coverage. When an employee uses one of these services, GuidedEdge steps in as the payer, ensuring claims are handled efficiently and at a lower cost. Employees carry a payer card to communicate their secondary payer benefits with providers. So the provider bills GuidedEdge directly, and we handle the payment process seamlessly. So the result, a plan that looks and feels similar to employees as their original plan, but with lower costs and better benefits. A structure that captures savings from underutilized claims and shares them with the employer. A strategy that puts employers in the driver's seat. No more fully insured surprises at renewal time. Now picture your own plan lineup in this template. Imagine the possibilities. Where could you plug in your own deductibles, copays, and benefit structure and build a plan that works for your workforce and your budget? With Triforta's team of actuaries, analysts, and benefit strategists at your side, you're not just buying a plan, you're building a strategy that works. So let's move forward and talk about how we customize GuidedEdge plan and tailor it for additional needs. Here's another real-world example of how GuidedEdge stacks up against a traditional high-deductible health plan, this time featuring Blue Cross Blue Shield. On the left side of the table, we've got a standard Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO plan. On the left side of the table, we've got a standard Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO, specifically a high-deductible health plan. Like many high-deductible health plans, it's built on the same old fully insured chassis, the premiums, high deductibles, and often disappointing value for the employer. Now look at the right. That's where GuidedEdge steps in. We've layered our secondary payer methodology on top of the Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO network, building a plan that's both richer in benefits and lighter on the employee's budget. And here's what that means in practice. Lower out-of-pocket costs for employees, no network disruptions so they keep the same doctors and providers they know and trust, and a smarter risk structure with secondary coverage kicking in for key services and routine claims, reducing volatility and smoothing out costs. The employer savings in this case and in the previous one, approximately 9% or greater at renewal compared to staying with the traditional PPO structure. And that's real money back into the employer's pocket, money that can be reinvested in the business, in the employees, or in future benefit enhancements. This isn't just theoretical exercise. It's the power of GuidedEdge in action. And we took a typical high-deductible plan and turned it into a customized, data-driven solution that delivers real savings and a better experience for employees. Imagine taking that same approach to your own plan lineup, whether it's Blue Cross, Aetna, United, or any other carrier. GuidedEdge is plan agnostic. It's a strategy, not just a product, and it works seamlessly alongside the networks and providers you already rely on. So let's bring it all together with a real-world case study that demonstrates exactly what GuidedEdge can do in practice. This is a 5-year financial performance case study featuring a construction firm in Northern Nevada. So let's drill in on this one. They had 89 employees enrolled in a traditional fully insured PPO, specifically with United Healthcare. Like many employers, they felt trapped by high premiums, unpredictable renewals, and a lack of transparency. So enter Triforta plus the GuidedEdge plan. This strategically positioned plan bridges the gap between traditional fully insured models and more efficient self-funded arrangements. Let's break down the numbers. Over 5 years, the traditional PPO plan would have cost them more than $6.1 million. But by implementing GuidedEdge, they reduced that cost to $4.8 million, a total savings of $1.3 million over 5 years. Let's put that in perspective. That's an average of $3,036 in savings per employee. That's real money that can be reinvested into their people, equipment, or the bottom line. But it gets even better. Not only did they save money, they also achieved a realized underwriting profit, additional dollars returned to the plan because actual claims came in below than expected claims. And that's a direct result of smart risk management and plan design that works. And here's the best part. Same doctors, same RX, radically different cost trend. Employees didn't have to change networks, and they didn't lose access to the care they depend on. So this case study proves that when you partner with Triforta, you're not just buying a plan, you're investing in a strategy that pays dividends. GuidedEdge is more than an insurance product. It's an engine of sustainable savings. So now that we're on this slide, let's get practical and talk about what we actually need to get started on providing you with a clear, actionable financial indication for those that might be interested in taking advantage of this powerful cost-saving strategy. So for our prospective clients, here's where the implementation clock starts ticking. Our goal is to get you answers fast. So we'll need current benefits and rates, enrollment by tier, and census for all eligible employees and dependents. Benefits booklet, if it's available. We'll need your benefits booklet if it's available. It's a helpful roadmap for our team to map out every coverage line and financial impact. Letter of authorization. This is the single most important step. It's a simple form that allows us to pull real-time carrier data and conduct our analysis without displacing your current broker relationship. Think of it like giving us read-only access to your data so we can uncover savings potential without disruption. Optionally, an agent of record letter, also known as an AOR, if you'd like Triforta to negotiate directly on your behalf right out of the gate. This puts us in the driver's seat with the carriers. Once we have this information, our team can turn around retrospective and forward-looking model in less than 5 business days. That means you get real insights, real savings opportunities, and a clear path forward. Our team of actuaries, analysts, and benefit strategists is ready to put our experience to work for you. All it takes is those 2 simple documents, and the clock starts ticking on your journey to smarter benefits. So let's dive into why so many forward-thinking employers are turning to GuidedEdge as the modern alternative to outdated fully insured plans, and why it's quickly becoming the go-to bridge for CFOs and HR teams looking to innovate without losing sleep over big bang self-funding shocks. So employers who want transparency and direct access to their own claims data, no more guessing and no more surprises. Organizations that prioritize plan stability, but also want to innovate and capture real savings. For those leaders ready to break free from rigid carrier templates and design a plan that truly fits their workforce. Also, what is it? How does it work? Well, GuidedEdge is a smart, low-risk benefit strategy offering the cost control of self-funding without the volatility. And here's how. It's controlled self-funding with limited risk exposure, thanks to a strategic cap on claims liability, typically around $5,000 per claim. This means employers are never on the hook for catastrophic costs. Those get absorbed by the carrier or the plan stop-loss layer. And then here's the game changer, underwriting surplus sharing. When your claims perform better than expected, you get to share in the savings. We bet on ourselves alongside with you. That's a partnership, one where both sides win. It's the perfect bridge for CFOs and finance teams who crave data transparency, access to their own claims, and want to move forward self-funding without the big bang shock that the traditional self-funded plans might bring. So what are the benefits? The results have been lower premiums versus the fully insured plans, more stable, enhanced benefits year over year, and no roller coaster renewals. Reduced renewal volatility, no more being blindsided by double-digit increases, and full access to claims data, empowering you to make better decisions with real-time insights. And even better, plan dividend eligibility on performance, not just promises. At Triforta, we know the future of healthcare is built on transparency, control, and partnership. And GuidedEdge embodies all 3. So let's shift gears and talk about a critical but often underestimated piece of the puzzle, education and communication. We all know that savings die in the dark. Even the most perfectly designed plan can fail if employees don't understand it and don't use it properly, or feel disconnected from the value it offers. That's why at Triforta, we believe that communication is not an afterthought. It's a cornerstone of every benefit strategy. So we're creating confidence. Our team knows these programs inside and out, and we make them work for your people. From onboarding to reminders, we handle employee education and HR support every step of the way. We bridge the gap between plan design and real-world adoption. Ongoing communication done right. We deploy benefits guides, frequently asked questions, timely reminders, and micro videos, bite-sized, accessible content that demystifies complex concepts. We even roll out break room posters to keep benefits front and center in the daily lives of your employees. These tools help employees understand and maximize both core benefits and secondary layer coverage, like the savings baked into GuidedEdge. And then finally, tailored employee education. We built open enrollment decks that clearly explain plan details, and they can be customized to reflect your workforce's needs, demographics, and benefit strategies. Our goal is to make rollout smooth and communication crystal clear. No confusion, no misunderstandings, just empowered employees ready to get the most out of their benefits. And here's the promise we make to every employer. less than a 30-day employee adoption window. That means your workforce will understand the plan, know how to use it, and be ready to take advantage of the benefits fast, which means you start realizing savings quick. Because when employees understand their benefits, everyone wins. We couldn't be more proud of what GuidedEdge is delivering. Employers who once felt trapped between overpriced fully insured plans and white-knuckle self-funding are now champions of a third path that is just right and shouting the results from the rooftops. Goldilocks funding achieved. GuidedEdge compresses an 8-week captive build into a 3-week launch, capping claims risk, less than $5,000 spec layer while unlocking ERISA-level transparency. And the upside shared, not surrendered. 2024, clients pocketed $4 million in underwriting surplus, money that would have vanished into carrier margins, and zero network disruption. Same docs, same RX, richer benefits, 9% average premium relief versus staying fully insured. And then there's data in your dashboard. Real-time claims feeds replace renewal mystery meat, giving CFOs and HR leaders live levers to pull. GuidedEdge turns healthcare from a sunk cost into a profit-sharing partnership without the cold sweat deductible anxiety. You've now seen every layer of Triforta's blueprint, from captives, cost containment playbooks, to this Goldilocks getaway.
Thank you for joining us for episode 7 of the Blueprints for Better Benefits series. Today we explored how GuidedEdge bridges the gap between fully insured and self-funded plans, delivering stability, transparency, and meaningful savings. We unpacked the shared risk layer, the secondary payer model, the bell curve of utilization, and the real savings captured from routine claims. We highlighted case studies showing millions in impact and underwriting surpluses returned to employers. At Triforta, our mission is simple: safeguard your business, your people, and your future with intelligent, human-centered strategy. If today sparked new ideas, visit Triforta.com for deeper insights and next steps. We are Triforta. We're here for you. See you in the next episode.